Good afternoon and welcome back to Prime of Midlife. As you can see, I have not been bothered to go back upstairs for my hairband because it's upstairs. The reason for this video is twofold. One is to let you know about what the guy from the UN is saying. Sorry, but we need to be comfy for this. And the other is to try out this thing. Ta-da! I have a microphone. I have had this for years. It does have a wee stand thing, but there's nothing flat to balance it here, so I'm just going to look like a complete nerd. But please do let me know if this improves the sound quality, because there's a couple of people have said that there's a few problems with the sound levels just because of how far away the phone is. So if this helps, let me know. Now, the whole thing I was doing, I'm just searching of it. I put in the Google thing, UN warns of food shortages. Now, as you probably know, the G7 is meeting just now in Germany. One of the biggest things is Ukraine, obviously, because of the wheat and everything. Wrong specs. That's my computer specs. Bear with me a second. I need to put on my normal specs so I can see. That's better. So, the head of the United Nations says the world has warned that the world faces catastrophe because of the growing shortage of food around the globe. Now, this guy is United Nations Secretary General Antonio Guterres, and he was addressing reporters during a news conference in New York on Wednesday, June the 8th. He said that the war in Ukraine has added to the disruptions caused by climate change, the coronavirus pandemic and inequality to produce an unprecedented global hunger crisis already affecting hundreds of millions of people. Okay, people have been saying that for a while. However, what I think we need to take great note of is the next paragraph. The next paragraph says there is a real risk that multiple famines will be declared in 2022, and 2023 could be even worse. This year's food access issues could become next year's global food shortage. No country will be immune to the social and economic repercussions of such a catastrophe. So, yeah. Here's us thinking we're doing well, we'll get through the end of the year and, by the start of 2023, hopefully things will start getting better. It does not look like it. If anything, it looks like by the start of 2023, that's when it's really going to start to kick in. And in some ways, we have been saying this. We have been saying, we're still eating last year's harvest. And we know this because that's Ukraine only just bringing in this year's harvest now, in June. So, this time next year, we will get what they're planting this year. And we know there's a whole lot of farmers and such like have not been able to plant or grow nearly as much as they normally do. Now, some of it's to do with energy costs, some of it's to do with fertiliser costs, some of it's to do with droughts and floods. I mean, if you're in the States, you know what that weather's been like over there. Oh my goodness. There's been tornadoes. I watched a video where this tornado just literally came through and ripped a town in half. And you're like, what? The weather events. I'm on about Scotland, it's wet and it's cold. But we have nothing like that. We do not have such damaging events as that. Alright, we had the storms at the beginning of this year, but it's nothing like just a tornado coming and wiping out half your town. So, between floods and droughts and earthquakes, been recent earthquakes, energy costs, fertiliser costs, even trying to get seeds and stuff. This is a huge, huge thing. So, for all of us who thought, right, okay, we'll prep and we'll be sorted until, beginning of 2023, maybe mid-2023, and then it'll be better and it'll just be back to what it was pre-COVID. Think again. You need to be looking at long-term preps. You need to be looking at mylar bags. You need to be looking at canned goods. You need to be looking at dehydrating. If you've got a vacuum sealer, start using it. Pressure canning and freeze drying are way too expensive for me. Just not happening. Plus the fact I don't store on such a scale to make that valid. But if you need to be doing that, then you need to be doing that, because this is not just for the next 6 months. And when the head of the UN is telling you that it's going to be a catastrophe and that, 2023 is going to be worse, it's a no-brainer. We need to get ourselves sorted. So if you're looking to start prepping, start doing it now. And rather than fill your freezer's going to be good for the next 6 months. But if we get power cuts, there's a problem. Save me with 2 freezers, You'd think I would have realised that myself, preaching to the converted and all that. But yeah, you're looking at Mylar bags, you're looking at buying canned goods, you're looking at packet goods, anything with a long shelf stable life that you can get, that's what you want to be getting. And, anything you can get, if it's the week before payday, which it is for me. Oh God, it's not even the week before payday till next week. Yeah. So, but anything, anytime you're out shopping, get yourself a couple of cans. Anytime you're out doing anything, and you happen to see something, just, get it. If you find anything that's under £1, just get it, because that's not going to happen for much longer. As you can hear, I'm getting stuffed up again, so I'm going to have to go and finish this off and blow my nose and stuff. So, yeah, but that is the thing. If the head of the UN is warning of a catastrophe from global food shortage, it's time for us to sit up and listen. And as for the governments who are sitting through doing their G7 and, Boris Johnson giving it large about everyone's paying too much attention to me. When was the last time he paid attention to the people who needed help? He's not increased the benefits, he's not increasing wages, he's not doing bleh. Yeah, I'm going to go before I start coughing. Please do let me know if this microphone has made a difference. And if it hasn't worked, I'm going to cry. See you soon.